Good morning, my friends. It is great to be back with you on the Live, Build, Change Morning Mindset edition of the podcast. And this is July 15th. And I just had the great honor, the great privilege of having all my children home to celebrate my 50th birthday. And one of the great things about that is that I just love my kids. I love who they are. I love the richness they provide to my life, and two of them at least are adults and out of the home. One of them's married and has kids. And it's just been great having them here the last few days. And they all just kind of headed out, the ones that live elsewhere, headed out to go back to their homes. And my son in particular, the one who has the grandkids, there's 3 boys. And right now, their ages, they're all under 4 years old. I mean, there's a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And I'm telling you, those two, my son and my daughter-in-law, have their hands full. But I wanted to tell you a quick little story that happened with the 2 older grandboys that just illustrated something to me that I think is powerful. You see, the 2 of them are very different in personality, which is totally fine. God creates us all uniquely, and we need to learn how to celebrate those things. But a few days before they were ready to leave to go back home, we, being their parents and my wife and I, the grandparents, began prepping the boys for their return trip, just reminding them that you're going to be going home soon so they could get used to the idea. And we found that to be very helpful in parenting. Well, anyway, their responses were both very different and very instructive. The oldest boy, the one who's 4, when we reminded him you're going to be going home soon, his response was, "And I will be sad because I will miss everybody." Now, isn't that just the sweetest thing? I mean, you love that. I love how he wasn't afraid to express his emotion. He wasn't afraid to express how he felt about the people and about the way he's enjoyed himself being at our house. All of that was wonderful. But when it was contrasted to what the other grandboy said, it made me aware of a problem that can occur. It doesn't have to occur, but it can occur in that first sort of an approach. And let me tell you what the second grandboy said so that you can see the contrast. The second grandboy, when we told him you're going to be leaving soon, his response was, "But it's okay because we will come back soon." Now, do you see the difference? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with either expression. I think they both were great. But that second grandboy chose not to focus on the down feelings he might have from leaving. He chose not to, and I realize it's an aspect of his personality. He just tends not to focus on those kinds of things. He would rather look at something positive, that he's going to see us again soon. And he was able somehow to move his mind past the feelings of sadness for leaving and look ahead to something better, something brighter that he could see possibly happening in the future. And what I noticed is this. When we tend to look at life through an emotional lens, a feeling-oriented lens, it's a wonderful thing. We should do that, and we should express it. But if we get stuck there, we can tend to view life through a negative lens, looking always at the bad, at what's going to make us feel upset, what's not going to be fun, what's going to be hard about life, rather than, like that second grandboy, looking forward. And again, I don't fault either one of them. It's an aspect of their personality. But I think it's a good lesson for us to remember that in our God, all things are possible. That through Him, we are more than conquerors. That because of Him, we have every expectation for good things to come in our future. He works all things together for the good of those who love Him and who are called according to His purpose. So today, what choice are you going to make? Are you going to look at the negative, or are you going to look ahead to the promises of your God? Let's talk again tomorrow. I've got another grandboy story for you.